Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I am so excited to show you this adorable little card. It is our Farmyard card, and it is filled with farmyard animals. We've got the cow, we've got the pig, and we've got the rooster on this one, but there's even more than that. Words, it's just an adorable little set. The inspiration for this card came from our actual idea book and catalog. This book right here is just filled with so much inspiration. I wanted to show you this collection that I've been working with an awful lot, and this stamp set came from page 20. It is called Farmyard Friends Bundle, and it has, 18 stamps, and there are 7 dies to go along with it. It is adorable. But the card that I wanted to show you was right here at the bottom of page 20. I did modify it just a little bit, but I love the way it came out, and I just can't stop looking at it. It is just the cutest card. And I used all of our new papers to go along with it. We have 6 new colors, and they are just scrumptious. I also used our new paper pack. The paper pack is called The Good Life, and that is from that same collection. So this is the Good Life prints. Remember that our pattern paper is also 80-pound cardstock. It is phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous. And these are the ones that we're going to be using right here. On one side it's got the chicken wire, and on the other side it's got the chickens and hens. So it's really absolutely beautiful. Let me just show you the stamp sets that we're going to use. The first one I wanted to show you is actually the prime stamp that I'm using in there, and that's called Farmyard Friends. There's 18 stamps, and there are also a set of 7 dies. And you know, whenever I go cutting things out, I always cut out a bunch more so that I can whip up those cards really fast. So if you've got everything out, why not just stamp up a few more, and you can use them on other cards. And I have been using the cow. You're going to see me doing another video on that one. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so Farmyard Friends. I'm also going to be using one of our background stamps. It's called Canvas Prints, and it looks kind of like linen, and it's just beautiful and lends itself really well to this this little card right here. Another thing that I'm going to be using is the Bloom Cluster die, and this is a great little die. It's very versatile, and I just used it as a filler inside here. So don't forget, you don't need to have, you know, if you're kind of pigeonholing a die or a stamp set for something, look outside the box. Really get yourself and your creative juices going, and really make yourself look and see and fill in, because it's really fun. So we're going to start with my base card, and that is our whipped cream. It's 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. I'm going to take one of our new colors. I actually did this already. I cut out the middle with just my journey cutter. You can also do it with your rectangle dies, and I just saved this for scrap paper. I added some of our our Easy Glide adhesive, and I'm just going to attach this as my base to the my first layer actually to the base card. All right, so there is that piece right here. Now I'm going to take this piece right here, which is our designer paper. All right, and I'm going to do some, take and do some stamping on it. So this is, right here is the, you can either use this side, which is the chicken and hens, but I want to use the chicken wire side. I'm going to bring in my my background stamp. That's the Canvas Prints, and I'm going to also bring in my haystack. All right, so that's the color right here. We're going to bring that out a little bit. Now watch what I'm going to do with this. I am not going to stamp the entire stamp on this. Now this is just a little technique to make it look a little bit more, it looks a little bit more rustic, because you're not filling in the entire piece. So I'm going to grab my background piece, and I'm going to just lay it on here very carefully. Now I do want to try to get it as centered as I can, straight I mean, because you want to make sure it's got a pattern to it, and you don't want to make it look crooked. All right, so instead of taking and filling in the entire piece, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and hit it here, and maybe here, and right here, because I don't want the whole thing covered. And what I mean by that, you see how some of it's covered, some of it isn't? If I had taken my sheet and put it over the top and just used the flat of my hand, I would get the entire coverage. But I wanted it to look a little bit more rusticy, so I just tapped here and here. And I always tell you never to do that, but for this card, we wanted that look. All right, so there's that. So now we can take it and add that to this piece right here. So we're just going to add some more of our Easy Glide to this. All right, and stick this on here. Now remember, I started out with pattern paper, so I mixed a stamp with our pattern paper, and that's that layer right there. All right, now I've already taken, and we're going to take and cut out one of our bloom clusters. All right, I'm going to grab the die. I'm going to grab our brand new baby platinum, okay? And this is our Platinum 6. It is a little tiny guy. It's absolutely adorable. So let me just show you. There is the Platinum 6, all right? And I'm just going to run through some of our, let me just grab some paper from the inside of it here. I'm going to use our sage paper, and here is the die. And I'm just going to run this through. This new little Platinum 6 is absolutely the bomb. It is so cute, and it is so, I mean, let me just show you. It actually folds right up. So if you have to take it to an event, a crop, or a stamp camp, or whatever, this little guide is so tiny and so cute that it goes everywhere, anywhere, and it's just so compact. Love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Fun Stamper's Journey, for another job well done. All right, so we're going to just take this out. I'm going to grab my my bloom tool here and just poke out my little guy. You want to be careful because this one is very, very delicate. If you see it, any of them sticking, you can just kind of poke out the holes right here and it'll just pop right out. All right, so I'm just going to grab. Intricate, intricate, intricate. Love this die. All right, so there is that. Now I'm actually going to be cutting this up to kind of use it as a filler. So just stay tuned for that part of it. All right, so there's that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go with scrap paper and we're going to stamp some of our little images. All right, so let me just start with the cow. And I'm going to do him in our fresh sage. And here's my cow. I like to maximize the paper. All right, there's my cow. Then I'm going to take and let's get him out of the way. We're going to do the pig, and I think I'm going to do him in the rustic rose. I wanted to use as many of our new colors as I could. And I've got to leave some room for the cutting part of it. All right, so there's my pig. And last but not least, we're going to do the haystack and the little rooster. All right, because he is the top of the pyramid there. All right, now I'm going to go cut these out with my Platinum 6. I'll be right back, and we'll be all set to go. Alrighty, aren't these the cutest little things ever? Oh, so cute. Oh, so cute. All right, so I've got my cow, I've got my pig, and I got my rooster. They're all going separate ways. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take part of this and layer it onto my background right here. So I want to go so that, let me just grab my little scissors here. All right, I want to go just to about, let me see, we're going to just go to about right here. And I'm going to layer in with some of the other pieces. All right. So there's that. I'm going to take some of my Journey craft glue and just layer that onto just a couple of spots just to hold it in place for now. And some of it can be loose so that it just is more three-dimensional. All right, so that's going to go right here. Maybe up a little bit farther. There we go. Okay, now the rest of that's going to be put on with our Journey foam squares here. The first layer I'm going to put on is my little cow. All right, so I'm going to take some of my foam squares here, and you don't need a lot of them. All right, just 2. I love our Journey foam squares. They are just the perfect size. All right, I'm going to move this up just a little bit more because I don't want anything hanging out of the cow. All right, so there's that. So we got the cow. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to put a little slit in the pig right here, his little leg right here, so it's sticking up above the cow. All right, so I need some foam squares on this little guy. Put one on that side and one on this side. Okay, just like that. All right, not too far down. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to put on the little guy right here, and he only needs one right here in the middle. All right, you see how you use a whole lot less of these? All right, so here's the little rooster on there. All right, now we're going to stamp our Simply Blessed and cut that out, and that's going to go right over here. So we're going to do that next. So let me grab my scrap paper. I had that left over. Let me see, we'll just take another piece because I can't actually find it. And we'll take some of our black licorice and just stamp Simply Blessed. These red rubber stamps just stamp up so nicely. I'm going to go and cut that, and remember there is a die for that one also, so we're going to get that out. I think this one's it. Ta-da! Yep, I'll be right back. I'm going to go cut that one out. All right, so here is my Simply Blessed. I'm going to take and put this back onto my magnet and stick that back into my container. I love to keep things organized as we go along so nothing gets lost. Everything is back into my Journey storage system. And I'm going to grab another one of my Journey foam squares here and put that on the back. And stick that right, well, I'm not going to stick that one on yet, so hold on to that one because I want to take and put on my my flower and my thread. So this is our new thread right here. It's 100% cotton thread, and I'm just going to take and make a couple of loops just like that. It's that simple, and maybe a little bit bigger because our flower's a little bit bigger. All right, so here we go. Just to give it some dimension. Cut that off with a Grand Pro shears here. And I'm just going to take a dollop of my glue and stick it right here at the end of this pig. Right by the pig's butt. Okay, lay that on there like that. And then we're going to take one of our beautiful, absolutely gorgeous meadow flowers, and now each one of these do have wires on them. So you want to make sure that you're not cutting them with your good scissors. You want to make sure that you cut them with your craft scissors because you don't want to ruin your good scissors. All right, you can cut with our other scissors. You can cut. So these are our 3 scissors. All right, we do have some fringe scissors also, but these are our main cutting scissors right here. Every one of them has a purpose, and they're just phenomenal. These 2 right here are non-stick, meaning that you don't ever have to use things like Goo Gone to get the glue off of them. Goo Gone is a great thing, and it's used for a lot of things, but it doesn't have to be used for our scissors anymore. So I just cut that off, and I'm just going to kind of fluff and fold, and I'm going to add that to my project with some more glue right here. Yes, I'm putting a lot of it on there, but when it dries, it holds. All right, I'm just kind of fluffing, and I'm just going to lay it on there while I finish the rest of the card, and I'll just keep pressing that down as I go along. All right, that goes right over the little pig's butt right there. And let's go back, and now I can add my Simply Blessed. I want to put it someplace where everything isn't going to be covered up. Let's put it right here, and then I'm going to add a few more of those little pieces. All right, so there's my Simply Blessed. And then what I mean by adding a few more of those pieces, now that I know where the words are going to land, I'm just going to cut a little piece of this, add some more of my little sprays here. Okay, there we go. And then last but not least, well, not actually, I got a couple more things to do. Now that everything's on there, I'm going to add some of our silk to it. We've got 2 new colors. Okay, this is the Fresh Sage, and this is the Peaches and Cream. And I'm just going to add some more of that, some of our little silks to go along with this, giving it a little bit of sparkle to it, a little bit of color, and it's just so much fun adding all of these little pieces. I'm not doing a lot, just a little bit here and there. All right, and then we'll take our little pearls right here. And I need my, here it is, bloom tool to pick them up with. And I'm gonna add, I think I'll just add one down here. You can add these as fillers, so just kind of look around and see where you think it needs another piece. And I'm gonna do another gold one, I think. That's there. And that just has to dry, but other than that, that is the card for today. And like I said, this was not my idea, but it wasn't totally my idea. I did kind of tweak it a little bit, but the inspiration came from this amazing catalog. If you don't have your catalog, let me know. I will get one out to you. It is awesome. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. I love teaching this craft. I love bringing you videos. Make sure you are on my Instagram. This was actually announced or shown about a week ago. So I do kind of do sneak peeks over there. So make sure you belong to my or subscribe to my Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. I have a business Facebook page, Deb's Stamping Studio. I also have my blog, which has everything. That's the go-to place, and that's just stamplady.com, STAMPLADEE.com. And of course, I have my videos, which is what you're on right now. You take care, have a great day, and let me know if